stealing credit and ideas from one of the homies, 69 Boomer 420 420. What up, team? Today we're going to be talking about my new Ice Golem team, Fire Knight team. Actually, not Fire Knight team, Dragon team instead. And I'll give you kind of the breakdown on how this all happened. First of all, of course, this is definitely not kind of a slander video towards Boomer. Everyone knows that I value Boomer very highly. So, shout out to the man, the legend, Boomer, 3,430 subs. Let's get that up. Show him some love. Subscribe to his channel. Would mean the world to me if you did support him. Today, we're going to be talking about Calvalix, how I incorporated him into my teams, and how this all came about. So, what had happened was, I was on stream, but wait, first I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsors of this video, The Coldest Water, a company that 69 Boomer absolutely loves. So thank you to them for supporting me and this channel, making all of my dreams come true, being able to be a full-time content creator. If you're interested in buying any products from this amazing American-made company, getting some awesome merchandise, quality products, head to the description of this video. There's going to be links there. I have a discount code giving you a discount off of all of the products, anything you buy. Perfect for the holiday season if you want to get a fantastic gift for one of your loved ones. Outside of that, let's get straight back into the video. Alright, so what is the backstory behind what I'm talking about here today? So, I was on stream, I was doing Ice Golem for some insane reason that I couldn't even tell you why I was doing it now, because I never farm Ice Golem. I think Boomer said on stream, Murder, your gear is terrible, why don't you just go and do an Ice Golem run? So I did it, and I think I have like a 2-minute team. So Boomer said, hey, why don't you give me your account information? I don't know if he said this on stream or in a DM, but he said, I'll go onto your account and I'll build you something with whatever gear you do have, because I did have a single Calvalix. So he built me this team and it ended up being better than his team. The time was more consistent, it was faster, and I'm thinking to myself, Boomer, what are you doing? You're telling me my gear is terrible, but you make a team that's more consistent and faster than the one you use to farm 100% of the time. I've seen it fail before on your account. Anyways, not here to flame like I said before, but what happened after that? Yes, I in fact pulled a second Calvalix who should be really interesting in the Hydra. So how does this team work? What's the concept? As you can see here, poison, explosion, reset from Kaimar. We have so many poisons. The animations are quick because Calvalix has a passive he is working off of. And what gets even better here? So one thing to know, I do have a +4 Zavia, which ends up hurting this team, and you're going to see why momentarily. The goal of this team here, as we can see, I have Bulwark on Zavia to make sure she's dying, and she still didn't even die here. Why do we want her to die? Because Battle is supposed to solo all of this. And let's see, does she? No, she still doesn't die here. So this could potentially, let's see. If he does his slam, I guess I could wipe in theory. I'm not sure if it's going to end up happening here. But let's just, I mean, this run's going to be slow either way because Zavia did live, which is one of the issues of +4ing a champion if you want it in a very niche team like this. But it's still going to work. As we can see, 49 seconds is the most consistent and fastest time I did get for this. Legendary attack based shield, can't wait. 36,000 silver, that's what that means. So this team is really cool for a ton of reasons. So huge shout out to Boomer once again for the inspiration on making this team. I tested like 1 or 2 things, but I cannot take any credit whatsoever for this because I'm pretty sure Boomer's already built maybe this identical team, I'm not really sure, but this is where it gets crazy. So let's go ahead, look at the stats of these champions. Zavia, she's pretty well built, 6,500 attack, 141 speed, very slow, which is interesting, 100% crit rate, of course, because we're not, you know, 323 crit damage, accuracy, just enough to get by. As far as battle goes, once again, nothing crazy, 3,000 defense, 62,000 HP, 229 speed. Not that fast, 300 resist, 244 accuracy. Calvalix. Now look at this guy here. 4,700 attack, 123 speed. That's all we need. That's all we need. 114 crit rate, 278 crit damage, 277 accuracy. Prince Kymar, once again, nothing fast at all. This is why this team is so cool, because so many other teams require 280, 290 champions in insane gear sets. That's not the case for this. So as we can see from Kymar, resist, okay, accuracy, decent. We don't really need accuracy, but it does help for that chance to apply an additional poison here. 221 speed, 100% crit rate, HP, attack, defense, all very low. Now here's the kicker. The last Calvalix, naked. 119 speed, accuracy is all we really need here. So let's look at the gear for this champion in case anybody is in fact curious. So we're going to hold down, actually that doesn't show the gear in the champion. So champion list, let's go to recently used first. I do notice a lot of people that don't do this, so if you aren't doing this, keep this in mind, please. As we can see, +8 helmet and +12 on Xavia to make her as less tanky as possible, because I do in fact have her at +4. But this is the key here, and this is what you can actually do for both Calvalix. All you need is an accuracy chest piece and an accuracy, a crit damage, HP, whatever you want. Probably not HP or defense because you do want him to die, but you want a neck piece with enough accuracy to get above 220 accuracy total. So this is what makes this team so cool. A lot of people are going to be saying, awesome, now all I need is a Kymar, double Calvalix, Battle, as well as Xavia. The good news for all of you is this can be done without Calvalix at all. You could actually use Taurus for this with a Kymar, Battle, and Xavia. I'm not sure if Renegade works. It's possible. You would have to figure out the speed tune on your own for that, but I would imagine it wouldn't be too difficult to make that happen. The only champion that I can think of that you cannot replace is going to be Battle, because you do need a champion that can solo the Ice Golem after all 4 of the remaining champions do in fact fall over and die. But it's not just for Ice Golem, because like I said, I don't really farm Ice Golem that much. Dragon is the other place you can use this, and the builds would be a little bit different if you wanted to just focus on Dragon. Once again, this will work with someone like a Taurus. How does Taurus work if he is blue affinity? Easy answer, he doesn't have to hit the target to apply the poisons. He simply goes like this, everyone knows his animation, and he kind of shoots out 4 poisons. That's going to work perfectly fine for this team. Speeds are all the same. Let's do a run. Let's see how it works in practice here. So Poison Frenzy going on right now. Poison Explosion, easy one-shot, resetting the cooldowns after this. Then Xavia does her nuke once again. Easy money. Now, one thing to notice here, Calvalix is also an enemy max HP. See, we can see there, 434,000 damage. So really cool damage here. If you wanted to, you would build both of your Calvalix if you had to. I'm saying this like a bunch of people do. Of course, I know they don't. This is mostly for Boomer. If you really want to optimize, you can check out some dank tips in this video right now, my friend Boomer. So this guy Calvalix does a ton of damage. So if I wanted to build this team and maximize it purely for the I don't know why I said spider, the dragon run, it would be full damage on both Calvalix, making those huge, hard-hitting, 434,000 enemy max health hits on top of performing a ton of poison damage. Now, I haven't min-maxed this at all, but I do think I could get really close to 30 seconds or under if I really tried to optimize this specific team right here. The waves are really fast and the dragon would die so quickly, assuming that Xavia doesn't use her poison explosion on the dragon. Initially, I could be wrong with that. If enough poisons can be reapplied to the boss, Kymar can reset at a certain time. Like I said, I do think 30 seconds or under is going to be very possible because Calvalix is a crazy poisoner with this passive coming into that fight, and he's going to hit the dragon for 434,000. So that ×2, possibly ×3 if I decide to use Xavia, can put up some serious damage. So I showed you the stats, gave you some options, swapping out Calvalix for someone like a Taurus, swapping out Xavia for maybe Elenarl. It really depends if you're going to have enough damage, because Xavia has raw damage on top of all of that, making sure and confirming that all of the champions are going to die. So I don't want to say because I haven't tested for sure if LNR was going to work, but if you have Xavia, this is going to work flawlessly for you, copying the stats that I have. And like I said, extremely realistic stats for such a fast endgame farming team. To my knowledge at least, this is the least amount of gear intensive team that I've ever seen for any speedrunning dungeon here. All of the Fire Knight teams, previous Dragon teams, they require special sets, insane amount of gear. So I don't think any team can really come close to this. Let me know in the comments below if you know of a team that has a much lower gear requirement than what you have seen on the screen in this video. Now, one thing I do want to talk about really quickly is going to be going back to recently used. First, Battle's gear. He is using one niche set. You don't need it. It just speeds things up a little bit. We do have a refresh amulet here, and we have 4 pieces of reflex gear. My gear for this is actually really bad. As we can see, 3 rare pieces, even a rare necklace, but the necklace doesn't matter too much since it is going to be refreshed, and that's going to be the main point. There's a lot of RNG here, so the perfect run would probably take quite a few times to really get down, and I mean, even getting it on film would be an issue for the amount of attempts it would take to make sure this guy's RNG was perfect. Alright guys, that's going to conclude my video here today on this incredible team that 69 Boomer, to my knowledge, was the first person to do. Shout out to you once again. Don't forget to head over and subscribe to his channel. As always guys, if you enjoyed this content, smash that like button, subscribe, turn the notification bell, and I will see you all in my next video.